I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. Oh, wow. This is amazing. I finally know. I went to experience something, and I finally know what you meant when you say that everything is perfection. And in a moment of time, the time freezes and you see perfection everywhere. I felt it for the first time. The only problem is I also that I took ayahuasca. It's one of those herbs that the Amazonian people take it. I guess that prevents me of, I don't know how it works, but I was able to experience love for the first time. And that is why I went, because I want to experience love for myself. And I felt how the earth loved me. And I felt the perfection of creation. Like I saw the trees are amazing, like geometrically, like mathematically put into one into the other. It's just like so beautiful. But I want to feel that without that ayahuasca.
Why?
Oh, because taking that medicine is very strong. Is make you.
Well, we know why. We know why, but we're just playing with you a little bit. So, anybody else relating to what she's saying? When you come into full alignment with who you are, and you stay there long enough that you recognize that something is different, that there is a knowing or a changing of perspective, an enhancement of perspective, an expansion of perspective, a recognition of yourself that feels bigger and better than you've felt before. That's what we call looking through the eyes of Source. That's what we call getting into that vibrational place and being in a state of non-resistance. So there's nothing in you that's blocking your awareness of the big picture. And that's why, as you described it, you had access to parts of nature that you usually don't have. You were looking through the eyes of Source.
It is amazing.
The advantage of the, as you call it, medicine, the drug, the substance, did it focus you or did it mute resistance? That's the question that we want to talk about here. Because there's a difference, and this is the only difference. This is the discussion that you often are reaching for. What's the difference between finding that feeling, because we know you found it to be pleasing, your descriptive words make it feel like something everyone would want, you enjoyed it, you even still recall it with some accuracy. The difference between finding less resistance under the influence of something like that, or finding it because you've tuned yourself into vibrational alignment with who you are, the difference is that in the substance there is a defocusing of resistance, and in alignment there is an increased focus in alignment. Can you feel the difference? Let's talk about that, because we've been talking about the path of least resistance, or the stream or the flow, in relationship to the riverbanks, and so resistance is part of it. When you're coming more and more into alignment, that means the resistance that you've been practicing for whatever reason isn't active right now. Sometimes you have these feelings of true awakeness, and that's what we want to call this. We want to call it being truly awake, seeing through the eyes of who you really are. These moments of true awakeness never happen when you're under the influence. It's maybe more awake, or it's maybe less resistance, but everything is a comparative experience. Can you say that and know what you mean when you say it? Everything is a comparative experience. We want to say to you, anything that causes you to lean in the direction of who you are is a good thing. And anything that causes you to release resistance is a good thing. But the only thing we're asking of you is that you make a differentiation between what your state of focus is. Because deliberate creation is absolutely always about focusing. It's about focusing intention and then focusing all thoughts to be in vibrational harmony with those intentions. It's not about defocusing. That's the distinction. And we're not trying to talk you out of whatever fun you want to have. We just want to explain the distinction. So many people that are utilizing the drugs find themselves feeling the peacefulness of it, but they rarely focus into intentionality in the way they intended when they came forth into this physical experience. You didn't come into this experience just to not be bothered by things. You came to create. You see what we're getting at?
Yes.
So while we ask you to chill on your way to your deliberate creation, we don't ask you to chill and stay there. We ask you to come into this experience as what your intention is, find out what you want, put it into your vortex, allow it to percolate and be aware of it, and then find whatever ways you can to come into vibrational alignment with it. Yes?
Yes.
Clear enough?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good. Whenever we find someone, it's always because there's plenty of interest in a subject. So apparently a lot of you are having a lot of fun with a lot of that.